We're back at it again with another Anthem Minute. This is the series where I get straight to the point when it comes down to Anthem news. And we're also going to be discussing, of course, a community topic that's sort of spiced up the community recently. So let's talk about Elysian Stronghold caches first. So we are getting Elysian Stronghold caches really soon. A lot of players, myself included, thought that we were going to be getting armor sets in these Elysian Stronghold caches, specifically for every stronghold. But that sadly is not the case. We're going to be getting things like emotes, entering animations, as well as, of course, what's the other one? End screen animations as well. Guys, this sucks. You know, in my opinion, this kind of takes a bit of longevity from Anthem. It takes a bit of longevity away because, as you guys saw on my previous Anthem Minute, I was really excited about the Elysian Stronghold caches. I was getting ready to grind the game for a couple of hours a day, you know, to like work towards having all of the unique armor sets for my Interceptor, right? For my Colossus, for my Ranger, for my Storm. But apparently that's not going to be the case. And quite honestly, I think Bioware sort of did this on purpose. Very recently we got the Scar armor set for the Storm and the Ranger Javelin, I believe, and I think that armor set should have been a part of the Elysian Stronghold caches, as in you don't get the entire armor, but you get pieces of the armor from time to time. Again, that would have been really cool, and it would have given players a reason to, of course, grind and do strongholds, but I guess they decided not to go with that. As you guys know, I'm going to continue supporting Anthem. I really like the game. It's just that I feel like sometimes Bioware takes a step forward, but they also sort of take a step back. And as a community, we need to keep discussing this type of stuff because obviously we want this game to improve and succeed. And by saying the game is great constantly isn't really going to make any positive changes come into the game. That's why I wanted to cover this post by this Reddit user, Faced93. And a lot of people upvoted this post, which means that a lot of people really agree with what he has to say. And I also peeped the comment section, and a lot of people are actually agreeing and are very concerned about some of the upcoming changes and the upcoming roadmap that we're just getting in general. Long story short, he went on to say that world events aren't really as satisfying as they should be, and it's very true, right? World events are honestly really basic. They don't really have any points of actually being played at all whatsoever, except for maybe getting something like a vinyl or a new paint job for your Javelin, which isn't really going to be a big deal. Quite honestly, guys, I really don't mind the world events. I do find it, you know, pretty entertaining going into the free play world and actually taking part into them. But the truth is, I want world events to give me a reason to basically play free play, right? Like when the when the Titans event first came out, I was getting a lot of masterworks from the Titans event, and I was like, okay, this is what a free play event is, then I am down, right? Because I'm going to be getting some end game gear, etc, etc. But that wasn't the case. You know, loot was actually bugged. I understand that there is a reason to play free play, you know, to just go into those dungeons and farm legendaries for hours and hours and hours. One of you guys told me to do that the other day. And quite honestly, guys, as someone that's been a gamer for a while, like, I sort of find that a little bit boring, right? Like, I don't want to be doing a free play dungeon for 3 hours just to get like 4 legendaries and make progress towards my build, because what is the point of actual endgame content then? Like legendary missions, legendary contracts, strongholds, right? Like, I want to be sort of enticed to actually do these activities. I don't want to just be doing a boring task non-stop. So that's what I have to say when it comes down to free play events. I just wish they were like a little bit better. And a lot of players are worried about the upcoming free play events and if they're going to be really underwhelming. People were also really looking forward to the Elysian chest, but again, we're not really getting any armor. And this user, of course, also goes on to say that not a lot of people care about emotes and victory screens. And quite honestly, I've noticed that emotes in Anthem aren't really as extremely satisfying as they are in other games. Anyway, so last but not least, we also have the Sunken Stronghold, which is basically around the corner. It's going to be coming in probably later on this month, and we still don't really know much about it. Hopefully, we fight the outlaws on the Sunken Stronghold, and the last boss isn't a complete bullet sponge. And yeah, hopefully that would be pretty awesome. You know, this guy kind of throws some, you know, he just shares his perspective on the Sunken Stronghold, thinks it might be just a little bit boring. I kind of disagree. It might offer a lot of like new gameplay mechanics, or it might just offer new encounters that are going to be pretty fun, and I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, long story short, he also goes on to call out the guild system. We're going to be getting a guild system in Anthem pretty soon, but the thing is, there's no text chat into the game. You know, games like The Division 2, games like Fortnite Save the World have text chat. Again, this is just something that's pretty basic. Games like Apex Legends also have text chat. There is that rule that if you're going to put text chat into your game, it has to be raised to speech, but I don't really know why Bioware just hasn't really put it in the work to get text chat into their game, because, guys, text chat with text to speech isn't really as hard as you might think. Like, there's a lot of text-to-speech programs out there that can literally read out, there's a lot of text-to-speech programs that can be handled on shitty PCs, alright? That's what I'm trying to say. So I hope we get text chat with the guild system soon. Otherwise, the guild system might not be all too great. And this also, this dude also went ahead and pointed out that leaderboards are probably going to be affected by, you know, squads that are already at the high-end levels of play. Leaderboards aren't really going to do much, honestly. That's what I also believe as well. And we also have the mastery progression system. He did put out his concerns on the mastery progression system. Quite honestly, I don't really mind. I can't really jump into conclusions when it comes down to the mastery progression system because we haven't seen it. But quite honestly, I think the mastery progression system is the thing that's going to give us the Grandmaster 4 difficulty. And I don't know. I really hope that the mastery progression system, or whatever it's called, actually gives us loots and progression and makes the game satisfying to play instead of just making it a drag. Like I said, I don't want to play free play for 5 hours just to grind legendaries and go from one room to the next on a dungeon, because I just find that annoying, right? Like, I want Anthem to give me a reason to play the end game and like it and enjoy it, and, you know, always be striving for something like all looter games should be doing. Lots of opinions in the Anthem community right now. Feel free to put your opinion below. A lot of players, I read the comments, you know, a lot of people are sometimes telling me, well, you know, Salvajee, you could always just take a break from the game. You could not, you could just choose to not play it. I agree. I'm not really going to do that. I'm enjoying the game, but I am still going to voice my concerns for the game, because as a community, it's important that we voice our concerns so that the game can keep on improving instead of just letting Bioware settle for really shitty things in the game, like no text chat, for example. Anyways, I'll be seeing you guys on the next video. Peace out, and thank you very much for watching.